Coach Bird, with a lot of respect, said this was a different team, meaning a better team than he had seen on tape. I'm wondering what you maybe saw that you've been doing better today than you've had the last couple weeks.
I need to ask him what games he was watching. That'll help me. I could see his point. The one thing about our team that's a little deceptive is I think we're bigger and more physical than maybe we get credit for. Caleb Tarzuski is developed. He's not the same player in March that he once was. And, we're physical on the wings with Solomon Hill and Kevin Parham. Those guys are in their senior year, and not only are they 6'6", but they're physically strong. And then, Grant Jarrett, Brandon Ashley, we can come at you with some length that maybe you can't see on TV or on film until we're in person. And the key for us is to utilize that length where we have an advantage rebounding, where we have an advantage defensively, and then on offense where we can get that ball in and around the rim, which we did a good job of tonight, and get fouls and score. But I thought we played a good game. I've been saying, though, that, and it's a little deceptive, the last 4 games we played coming in, starting with the second half at UCLA, Arizona State at home, Colorado and UCLA in our conference tournament, we've played very well. It's unfortunately we were 2-2, but I think that says a lot about the quality of our conference. Playing Colorado on a neutral court, UCLA, those are tough games, and I think they made us better. And I believe we came into this tournament feeling good about the level of play that we came in playing.
Sean, after the game, Mark referred to you as the only sort of father figure he's had in his life. And I wondered if you could just sort of talk about the journey you guys have been through together and how you feel going to battle with him now in his senior season.
Well, I'm very motivated, and not just Mark, but Solomon and Kevin. Those guys mean a lot to us, to me, because a long time ago when we ventured out to Arizona, we needed some people to believe in us without a lot of evidence. And Solomon Hill and Kevin Parham were 2 of those players. And Mark had a lot of great choices last spring. He could have played at a lot of quality teams, and he decided to rejoin us. And with that, we have a strong bond. We really do. And I believe that's part of the strong bond that I hope can continue to let us play because, clearly we started this process a long time ago. We've worked hard as a team. We've had some great moments, but it all builds towards this tournament. And but I believe that relationship, that you feel it in moments like this.
John, I was just wondering if it turned out that maybe it helped you guys in the sense that a lot of people were picking Belmont in the sense that not just you guys had to warn this team about them?
Yeah, I think we were well aware of it. I don't blame a lot of people for picking Belmont. I really don't. They can shoot the ball. They have a great backcourt. They earned the seed that they got. And you look at them on paper, they're that scary team that I don't know if anybody relishes seeing them in your bracket. But we were ready to play the game tonight, and we rebounded the ball and did the things that we needed to do to beat them. But it's not extra. That's what makes the tournament so great. The guys on TV have to pick one team. The other team's offended. The team they pick's happy. So, for us, I'm just glad we have an opportunity to play here on Saturday. And, the longer you stay in this tournament, the more you want to get back here year in, year out because it's so special for the players, and it means the world to make it. And then when you start advancing, it really becomes special. So we're going to get ready and hopefully play an even better game on our side on Saturday.
Sean, can you talk? The rebounding was such a significant factor. Did you expect that coming in with your height advantage, or what do you attribute that to?
Well, we've been a good rebounding team all season. If you really put us under the microscope, as we've gotten beat a few times in our conference, we got away from being the dominant rebounding team that we once were. And we talk about it a lot, but tonight we had it, and we had a huge advantage physically in this game. But it's one thing to have that advantage. It's another thing to be able to really take advantage of it, and that's what we did. Our rebounding, I don't know if we out-rebounded a team, at least during my time in Arizona, like that. 44-18 is pretty impressive, and it clearly was the difference in the game. Nick did a really good job, and if you heard Nick, he mentioned that Jordan Mays helped the cause as well. when Nick wasn't on, Clark Jordan was. And, you know, sometimes these really good players, they score, but you get the sense that he earned his points. And tonight, that's what we wanted to do, to make him earn the points. And I know they got a lot in the second half. But no question, Nick did a really good job, as did our team.
Sean, the Pac-12 went 3-0 today. Your thought on what that means for the league?
You know, it's man, it's a statement that I think all of us who coach in the league were hoping that we could make. You get respect by what you do in this tournament. And I know as the coach how hard that 18-game schedule was. And you add the 2 that we played in the conference tournament. You're playing against terrific players, some incredible coaches, and teams that can win. And I believe that we have the ability as a conference to continue to win here in March. It was a difficult January and February, and you know, I know Rick Byrd made his comments, but I think in a sense it's really what he's saying, that it wasn't as easy to tell who we were on film because a lot of the games we played were dogfights, hard-fought games, some which we lost, and I think that's because we play in a great conference.
You talk so much about the difficulty of this tournament. Is there a word you can put on just advancing beyond the first round? Is it relief? Is it satisfaction? Is there anything that you can point to still being alive on that first weekend?
No, it's definitely not relief. You know, that's the thing that you have to guard against. And, you know, we have high expectations. And, you know, when you're ranked from start to finish like we've been, and sometimes you lose some games, you know, people on the outside can get down on you. But some of the best teams in Arizona's history got hot right now. And it's about being in this tournament, playing well coming into it, but no sense of relief at all. I think just understanding how hard it is to advance for any of us, and I think a lot of satisfaction and eagerness to get ready and play on Saturday, because as monumental as it seems to be able to stay into the second round, going from the second round to the Sweet 16 is a whole new level, and it's much more difficult. So we know we have to have a couple good days here and play even better on Saturday, but I'm glad to have the opportunity.
Is there some benefit to your freshmen having their first NCAA tournament game out of the way now?
Yeah, but again, I go back to our conference. You know, they've played in some really meaningful games this season. They've played against front court players, zones, man-to-man, hostile environments. We played in an exempt tournament, which you guys know, in Hawaii against San Diego State, in Miami, Florida, and I go back to those games. They were as hard-fought games as I've coached in, and that was a long time ago. So I think part of what our guys are ready for in this tournament is that we're battle-tested. Whether you're a freshman or a senior, we've played against good competition, and we've played in meaningful games since November.
More questions?